So good afternoon. In our last class, we were discussing about the angle of deviation produced in a ray of light when it travels from one medium to the another medium. I have told you, whenever a ray of light travels from a rarer medium to denser medium, the refracted ray bends towards the normal. And whenever a ray of light travels from denser medium to the rarer medium, the ray of light is going to bend away from the normal. In these two situations, we need to calculate what is the deviation or what is the amount of bending observed in the ray of light. See, we will first study the angle of deviation when ray of light travels from when ray of light travels from rarer to denser medium. We'll understand the angle of deviation when ray of light travels from rarer to denser medium. So we know that whenever a ray of light travels from rarer to the denser medium, the ray of light is going to bend towards the normal. Suppose this is a medium that this is a surface that separates two media. The medium that is above this line is the rarer medium, and the medium that is below this line represents the denser medium. Let us suppose a ray of light is traveling from rarer to the denser medium. Let us suppose this is a ray of light traveling from rarer to the denser medium. At the point of incidence, we will draw a normal. See, this is the normal drawn at the point of incidence. The angle between incident ray and the normal is called angle of incidence. The angle between incident ray and the normal. This is incident ray, and this is the normal at the point of incidence. The angle between incident ray and the normal is called angle of incidence. This is incident ray extended. This is incident ray extended. In the last class, I have told you, ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ X formation ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, X formation ಆಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. These two will be the vertically opposite angles. These two angles will be the vertically opposite angles, right? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು I ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಕೂಡ I ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿ X formation ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ vertically opposite angles identify ಮಾಡಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ, right? So observe here, this is angle I, the angle between incident ray and the normal is angle of incidence I. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ angle vertically opposite angle ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So ಇದು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, I write this angle as I. Is this clear? This is angle of incidence because it is angle between incident and normal. So I have written it as I. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ angle vertically opposite angle ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದು I ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಕೂಡ I ಇರಬೇಕು. So I have written it as I. I have written it as I. Finished. See, this is actually the incident ray extended. This is what is expected path of light. We expect light to travel along straight line. But when the ray of light travels from one medium to another medium, it undergoes bending. When ray of light travels from rarer to denser medium, the ray of light bends towards the normal. However, instead of passing along the straight line, the ray of light bends towards the normal. This is how the ray of light passes. Because this ray has the refracted ray. See, this solid line represents the refracted ray. The angle between refracted ray and the normal. The angle between refracted ray and the normal is called as angle of refraction. This is called angle of refraction. We represent it by R. Right? I do. The angle between incident ray extended and the refracted. Notice incident ray extended adala, the angle between incident ray extended and the refracted ray is called as angle of deviation. We represent it as D. The angle between incident ray extended and the refracted ray is called angle of deviation. Ishtu construction ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Is this clear? Is this clear? The diagram clear of this thing? Is the diagram clear? Okay. Now, from this diagram, I can write I. This to note in the river. This is right because this and this angle are vertically opposite. Can I write I is equals to R plus D, angle of incidence is to I is equals to R plus D. This implies D is equals to angle of deviation. D is equals to I minus R. This is the angle of deviation produced when a ray of light travels from rarer to denser medium. So whenever a ray of light travels from rarer to the denser medium, the angle of deviation produced in the ray of light is D is equals to I minus R. D is equals to I minus R. And you can observe angle of incidence will be greater than angle of interaction in this case. Look at angle of incidence, this angle of incidence and look at angle of refraction. Or you can even observe that from this equation. I is equals to R plus D. So angle of incidence is angle of refraction plus something. So angle of incidence must be greater than angle of refraction in this case. So whenever a ray of light travels from rarer to the denser medium, angle of incidence will be greater than angle of refraction, and the deviation will be equal to angle of deviation will be equal to I minus R. This is when ray of light travels from rarer to denser medium, right? Even on sarki ray diagram aaki try ಮಾಡಿ, right? And then we will calculate angle of deviation when ray of light travels from denser to rarer medium. When ray of light travels from denser to the rarer medium, denser to rarer medium. See, suppose this is a surface separating denser medium and the rarer medium. The medium that is above this line is denser medium, and the medium that is below this line is rarer medium. We know whenever a ray of light travels from denser medium to rarer medium, the ray of light bends away from the normal. Normal is the dura hogodu, right? So let us suppose this is the ray of light that is traveling from denser to rarer medium. At the point of incidence, we'll draw a normal. This is normal at the point of incidence, and this is the incident ray. This is the incident ray. We know what is angle between incident ray and normal known as. The angle between incident ray and the normal is known as angle of incidence. We'll write it as I. The angle between incident ray and normal is called angle of incidence. What we'll now do is we'll extend this incident ray. We'll extend this incident ray. X formation. X formation ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ vertically opposite angles identify ಮಾಡಿ equate ಮಾಡಿ. If this is I, even this angle must be I, isn't it? These two are vertically opposite. See, identify vertically opposite angles before you draw the refracted ray. Refracted ray ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ vertically opposite angles ನ identify ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆಯ್ತಾ? See, I have not yet taken the refracted ray. What I have done is I have drawn a normal and I have just extended the incident ray. In the refracted ray na badila. Refracted ray ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ vertically opposite angles ನ identify ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. If this is I, even this angle must be I. Even this angle must be I. Isn't these two are vertically opposite angles? Now, this is actually the path of the light expected. We expect light to travel around this path. But because the ray of light is traveling from denser to rarer medium, the ray of light will travel along the same path or it bends away from the normal. What happens? Whether it travels along the same path or it bends away from the normal. This is normal. This is normal. Whether the ray of light travels along the same path or it bends towards the normal or it bends away from the normal. It must bend away from the normal. Normal is the dura hogodu. So it does like this. Instead of passing along this path, the ray of light, instead of passing along straight and it bends away from the normal and goes this way. Because this has refracted ray. This ray is called as refracted ray. Now you identify which is the angle of refraction. See, angle of refraction is the angle between refracted ray and the normal. Angle of refraction is the angle between refracted ray and the normal. This is refracted ray, this is refracted ray, and this is normal. We write this as n again. n from where normal. This dotted line is representing normal. The angle between refracted ray and the normal is called as angle of refraction. So, E is this angle. This is called angle of refraction. I hope angle of refraction is clear. Angle of refraction is the angle between refracted ray and the normal. This is angle of refraction. Diagram loading, can you tell me whether I is greater than R or R is greater than I? Which is true? I is greater than R or R is greater than I? Which is true? You can observe that from the diagram. Which is true? Very good. R is greater than I. Okay. Can you tell me what is this angle? The angle between incident ray extended. The angle between incident ray extended and the refracted ray. The angle between incident ray extended and the refracted ray. E angle is here. Can you tell me what is this angle? The angle between incident ray extended and the refracted ray. Actually, E over the right. It should deviate IPO. What is that angle? What is that angle? Very good, angle of deviation. So this is angle of deviation. Okay, what can I write now? Each situation only, what can be written? When ray of light travels from denser medium to rarer medium, can I write R? Notice, in the then can I write it as I plus B? Can I write R as equals to I plus B? Can we do this? R is equals to I plus B. So from this, I can write B is equals to angle of deviation. B is equals to R minus I. See, whenever a ray of light travels from denser medium to the rarer medium, angle of deviation is R minus I. Whereas when the ray of light travels from rarer to denser medium, the angle of refraction, so angle of deviation is I minus R. This is prism. For the next, we are going to study about dispersion produced by the prism, right? Only we are going to calculate the refractive index of prism. There we are going to make use of these two things. What will be the deviation produced when ray of light travels from rarer to denser, and what will be the deviation produced when ray of light travels from denser to rarer. Are these 2 points clear? Normal in the refracted ray or R. Normal in the incident ray extended I. Incident ray extended to refracted ray D. So in the I, in the D. So I plus D is equal to R. That is what is written. See, try to draw this. Ray diagram on Sakti Haki try Madri Amere. If you draw and if you measure the angles, things become more clear. Do not know to what extent you are understanding this. Ray diagrams adalla. Is this clear? What will be the angle of deviation when ray of light travels from denser to rarer medium? If this is clear, we will understand the loss of refraction of light. Okay. So this is all regarding the angle of deviation when ray of light travels from rarer to denser medium and from denser to rarer medium. With this understanding, we will now try to understand the loss of refraction of light. Loss of refraction. The loss of refraction of light. See, we have studied the loss of reflection of light. There were 2 laws of reflection of light. Incident ray normal at the point of incidence and reflected ray all lie in the same plane. That was first law of reflection. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. That was second law of reflection. Similarly, in case of refraction, we again have two laws. The first law and the second law of refraction. First law of refraction says, the incident ray, first law of incident ray, normal at the point of incidence, and the refracted ray, all lie in same plane. This is the first law of refraction. This means if you find the incident ray to be in the xy plane, normal to be in the xy plane, then the refracted ray will also be in the xy plane. All three will lie in the same plane. Incident ray, normal at the point of incidence, and the refracted ray. All of these three will lie in the same plane. Incident ray xy plane ಆಗಿದ್ದು, normal xy plane ಆಗಿದ್ದು, refracted ray z plane ಆಗಿ ಅಥವಾ yz plane ಆಗಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ. All three will be in the same plane. That can be shown here. Suppose this is xy plane. This is xy. Let this be y and let this be x-axis. Suppose here is a medium. Let this be radar medium and let this be the denser medium. This is a interface separating two media, right? This is incident ray. See, the incident ray is in the xy plane. Incident ray is in the plane of this board, isn't it? Board is planes away. There are only two planes. This is x-axis and this is y-axis, right? So incident ray is in xy plane. At the point of incidence, we draw the normal. This is normal. Normal is also in the xy plane. The ray of light is expected to travel along straight line, but this doesn't do so. Ray doesn't travel along straight line when it travels from one medium to another medium. Instead, it shows some bending. The ray of light bends towards the normal. This is refracted. So, incident ray, normal at the point of incidence, and the refracted ray, all are lying in the same plane. Refracted ray is this how the refracted ray is looking like? Consider the refracted ray. Is the refracted ray is looking this way? Illala. ಈಗ ಬಂದಿದ್ರೆ yz plane ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಿರಲ್ಲ. Incident ray, normal at the point of incidence, and the refracted ray all lie in the same plane. ನೀವು ray diagrams ಹಾಕಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಕೂಡ ಅವು ಮೂರು ಒಂದೇ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ನಾಗ ಅವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಾರಿ. Incident ray, normal at the point of incidence, and refracted ray, all these three must be lying in the same plane. This is the first law of refraction. Is the first law of refraction clear? Is the first law of refraction clear? First law simple ada. ಮೂರು ಒಂದೇ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರ್ತವೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Incident ray, normal at the point of incidence, and refracted ray. All three must lie in the same plane. Second law, that is important. The second law of refraction. See, the second law of refraction is also called Snell's law. Second law of refraction is also called as Snell's law. Second law of refraction is also called as Snell's law, right? See, according to the second law of refraction, the ratio sine of angle of incidence, to the sine of angle of refraction, sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant. According to the second law of refraction, the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant. So we'll write it. Suppose the angle of incidence is 30 degree and the angle of refraction is 22 degree. Suppose angle of incidence is 30 degree and angle of refraction is 22 degree. Snell's law ಅಥವಾ second law of refraction ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant. ಅಂದ್ರೆ you have to take sine of angle of incidence. What is angle of incidence? 30. This is sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction. Angle of refraction is 22 degree. ಈ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರ್ತದೆ. We will get a constant value. The ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is always a constant. ಯಾವುದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it is constant for a given pair of media. The ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant for a given pair of media. For a given pair of media. Suppose the pair of media we have is say air and glass. Suppose this is a glass cup. The medium that is below this line is glass and let this be air. For this pair of media, the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to sine of angle of refraction always remains constant. Right? You go on changing the angle of incidence. You go on changing the angle of incidence. As you go on changing angle of incidence change madadanga, angle of refraction kuda change ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. As you go on changing the angle of incidence, the angle of refraction also correspondingly changes. If you take ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction, that ratio is always going to remain constant for a given pair of media. Each pair of media, that ratio always remains constant. Do whatever the angle of incidence, there will be correspondingly a change in angle of refraction, such that the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction remains constant. ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಇದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it will be constant for a given pair of medium. If a medium changes, air glass ಅದಲ್ಲ, for air and glass sin I by sin r ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ for air and glass, if you do sin I by sin r, whatever may be the value of I, whatever may be the value of r for air and glass, let us suppose sin I by sin r comes out to be x. What is sin I by sin r for air glass pair? It is x. Angle of incidence 20 degree. Angle of incidence say 12 degree bantadre. Sin 20 by sin 12 multiply you get x. You make angle of incidence 20 degree. Angle of refraction becomes say 13 degree. Sin I by sin r again x. Make angle of incidence 30 degree. Angle of refraction let us suppose it becomes 15 degree. Sin 30 by sin 15 multiply you will again get x. Make angle of incidence 45 degree. Correspondingly angle of refraction changes and let us suppose it becomes 30 degree. Sin 45 by sin 30 you will again get x. Sin I by sin r ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ x ಏ ಬರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ x ಬರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ as long as the pair of media is same, air glass ಗೆ ನೀವು I ಎಷ್ಟನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ r ಕೂಡ correspondingly change ಆಗಿ sin I by sin r comes out to be x. Suppose I want to change this. Suppose I want to change sin I by sin r. A value change ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು? What can be done? Suppose I do not want sin I by sin r to be equal to x. What can be done? I want to change this ratio. See, this ratio is constant for a given pair of media. I want to change this ratio. Sin I by sin r ನನಗೆ x ಬೇಡಪ್ಪ. I want to change. What is to be done? ನಾನು ಈ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. What can be done? What can be done? Very good. We need to change the medium. Air hardly we'll keep air as it is and we'll make this water. We'll make this water. See, once the medium changes, the ratio of sin I by sin R also changes and it becomes white. It becomes white. And for this pair, sin I by sin R always remains white. So now first again, suppose a student A performs an experiment with air and glass. He allowed light to fall at an angle of say 30 degree with the normal. So for student A, angle of incidence is 30 degree. He observed the angle of refraction to be 22 degree. What he did is he took sin I by sin R. His answer comes out to be y. Person A or student A sin I by sin R is equal to y1. On the other policy, let us call person B. Let us call person B. Now, even he does the same experiment with air water. On 30 degree incident model, let us suppose person B allows light to fall at an angle of 45 degree. See, he changes the angle of incidence. When angle of incidence changes, correspondingly the angle of refraction also changes. Let us suppose angle of refraction becomes 31 degree. Person B also measures sin I by sin R. Only way answer to that. Person A को y बन air water देखना होगा. What will be the answer for person B? What will be the answer for person B? What will be sin I by sin R for person B? What will be the answer for person B? Sin I by sin R ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ only way answer ಬರ್ತದೆ. He is doing the experiment with same pair of media. Air water ಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. What will be his answer? Sin I by sin R only ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರಬೇಕು? Change ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅವನಿಗೆ. Person B. There must be a change in answer. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರಬೇಕು ಅವನಿಗೆ? Person A ಗೆ sin I by sin R y1. What it should be for person B? What it should be for person B? Person B gets up. For a given pair of media, the ratio of sin I by sin R always remains constant compared to the B. Person A did the experiment with air and water. The ratio of sin I by sin R was y. For person B, the medium is the same. The pair of media is still air and water. What will be the ratio of sin I by sin R for person B? What will be the ratio? It must be y. Sin I by sin R ratio change ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ you must change the medium. ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ the ratio of sin I by sin R is not going to change. The ratio of sin I by sin R is not going to change. This is the second law of refraction. According to the second law of refraction, the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant for a given pair of media and for uniform condition and for light of given wavelength and for light of given wavelength. Suppose person A and person B are doing the experiment with same pair of media, air water. Person A has done the experiment with air and water. Person B is also going to do the experiment with air and water. Now we expect sin I by sin R to be the same. Y over change ಆಗಬೇಕು sin I by sin R ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು? There is one possibility. You can change the media. Air water make it air and glass. The ratio of sin I by sin R change ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Or else you can also do another thing. Wavelength of light change ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Let us suppose the wavelength of light used by person A is 6000 angstrom. Let us suppose wavelength of light used by person A is 6000 angstrom. If person B also uses light of 6000 angstrom, both person A and person B are using the light of same wavelength. If both the persons use light of same wavelength and same pair of media, sin I by sin R will remain same for both, or it will be different. Both are using same wavelength and same pair of media. Ratio of sin I by sin R will be same for both, or it will be different. It will be the same. Ratio of sin of angle of incidence to sin of angle of refraction is a constant for given pair of media and for light of given wavelength. Same irukudalla. Suppose this person B uses 4000 angstrom. Person A has used 6000 angstrom and person B uses light of wavelength 4000 angstrom. But the pair of media is same for them. Pair of media is same for them. Pair of media is same for them. What happens to the value of sin I by sin R for both A and B? It will remain same or it will be different for both A and B. Same irukkuda change agtada A and B. Person A is using light of wavelength 6000 angstrom. Person B is using light of wavelength 4000 angstrom. So the ratio of sin I by sin R must remain same for them or it should change. It should change. Same irukkuda. Same iralla. Same ಯಾವಾಗ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಬ್ರು A and B ಇಬ್ರು ಸೇಮ್ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಬ್ರಿಗೂ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಎರಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದ್ರೂ sin R by sin R ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದ್ರೂ sin R by sin R ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. If both are same for both A and B, then sin I by sin R is going to remain constant. So this is called as Snell's law of refraction. So according to Snell's law, the ratio of sin of angle of incidence to the sin of angle of refraction is a constant for a given pair of media and for light of given wavelength. The constant ಏನು ಬಂತಲ್ಲ sin I by sin R ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ constant ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ಲ, ಆ constant now we call it as refractive index of a medium. We call this constant as a refractive index of the medium. We'll discuss more about refractive index in the next class. Is this point clear? Snell's law clear or you have any doubts regarding Snell's law of refraction? Snell's law artha agilla ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ Snell's law of refraction. See, the ratio of sin I to sin R remains constant only if the pair of media is the same and the wavelength of light used is the same. 10 ಜನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ 10 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ pair of media same ಇಡ್ರಿ, wavelength of light ಕೂಡ same ಇಡ್ರಿ. Then if the 10 members calculate sin I by sin R, they get the same value for sin I by sin R. If you change media for all 10 persons, all 10 persons will find that sin I by sin R is different for them. Sin I by sin R is different for them. Little bit confused. See, confused ಆಗೋದು pair of media ಮತ್ತೆ wavelength ಬಗ್ಗೆ. I'm telling you, as long as suppose there are two persons A and B. Person A, you give two media, air and glass. Person B, you give air and glass. Okay. The media for both the persons is the same. The light, the wavelength of light used by person A is 4000 angstrom. The wavelength of light used by person B is also 4000 angstrom. Again, both the persons have same pair of media and they are using light of same wavelength. Eradu same order. Iga, let person A perform the experiment. He allows light to fall on the medium. He measures angle of incidence. He measures angle of refraction. On an angle of incidence ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, an angle of refraction ಬರಲಿ ಅವನಿಗೆ. But he is free to do it. Let he take the angle of incidence to be 40 degree, angle of refraction 20 degree ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. He takes sin I by sin R, measure ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನಿಗೆ 10 ಅಂತ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Fix. ಅವನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೊರಗೆ. Now you allow person B to do the experiment. Person B allows light to fall on the medium. Sees the refracted ray. He measures the sin I by sin R. ಇವನಿಗೂ sin I by sin R ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? 10 ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಇವನಿಗೂ sin I by sin R 10 ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ both A and B have same pair of media. Person A ಹತ್ರ ಯಾವ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಇತ್ತು, person B ಹತ್ರ ಅದೇ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಇದೆ. air glass. Person A ಯಾವ wavelength ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, person B is also using same wavelength. ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಮತ್ತೆ wavelength ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತದೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ sin I by sin R remains constant, change ಆಗಲ್ಲ. sin I by sin R change ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ you have to change the medium. Air water ಅದಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ air glass ಇದ್ರೆ make it air water. Sin I by sin R changes. Sin I by sin R changes. If you are if one person is making use of light of wavelength say 4000 angstrom, give the other person light of wavelength 6000 angstrom. ಇಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ wavelengths ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ sin I by sin R change ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Same wavelength ಇದ್ರೆ sin I by sin R is not going to change. Sin I by sin R is not going to change. Is this clear? Sin I by sin R ಯಾವಾಗ change ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. The ratio is going to remain constant for a given pair of media and for light of given wavelength. When the pair of media is same and the wavelength of light used is the same, sin I by sin R remains constant. Sin I by sin R is going to remain constant. Is this clear? ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಳೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸರ್ತಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. I'll do it again. No problem with that. If it is clear, then it's okay. Or else we'll explain it again. Snell's law of refraction.